Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I want to present about introduction. First, hydroelectricity or hydroelectric power is electricity produced from hydropower. In 2022, hydropower generated 1/6 of the world electricity, almost 4,500 terawatt-hour, which was more than all other renewables combined, and also modern nuclear power. Next, hydropower can provide enormous volume of low carbon electricity on demand, making it essential for many secure and clean power systems. It also flexible source of power with a dam and reservoir because the quantity produced by the station may be changed up or down in seconds or minutes to react to changing energy demand. Next, once a hydroelectric complex is built, it creates no direct waste and nearly always emits far less greenhouse emission than fossil-powered generating facilities. Lastly, however, when built in lowland rainforest location, where folding off a portion of the forest is required, they can produce significant volume of greenhouse gases. Next, I will present about history. Since ancient times, hydropower has been used to grain and accomplish other duties. Hydraulic power provides the energy source required for the onset of the Industrial Revolution in the late 18th century. In the mid-1770s, French engineer Bernard Forest de Belledoux published Architect Hydraulic, which described vertical and horizontal axis hydraulic machines. And in 1771, reaches a quick combination of water power. The water frame and continuous production played an important role in the development of the factory system with modern employment practice. The hydraulic power network was created in 1840s to generate and transfer hydropower to end consumer. The electrical generator has been invented by the late 19th century and could now be linked with hydraulic. The expanding demand resulting from the Industrial Revolution will also drive development.
Moving on to the construction process. First, we divert the river from the main river with a cut-off to build a dam. And then we prepare the foundation for the dam, and we build the dam using concrete and embankment dam. Next, we fill the reservoir with water, and we test that valves and floodgates work. And finally, we monitor the behavior of the newly built dam. This is a list of heavy construction equipment needed for dam construction. Includes, first, excavators. When constructing a dam on a river, the first stage is to reroute the flow away from the construction site. Once the river has been effectively rerouted, the site of the dam may be mined. Second, loaders. Loaders take the soil to another location, leaving the building site totally clean of waste. The third one is compactors. Once the soil has dried, compactors are brought in to ensure that it's properly compacted before work can begin. And finally, ready-mix concrete trucks. Ready-mix concrete trucks are brought in to mix and pour concrete into the area with the building of massive dams.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Hafiz bin Azhari. My matrix number is AA200242. Today I would like to talk about the technology. In our technology we use is the dam. In the dam, there have 6 items, which is the first one is the dam, the second one is the water reservoir, the third one is the intake or control, the fourth the penstock, 5 water tubing, and the last one is generator. The first one is the dam, where the dam it should be built at the highest place where the river head is adequate to extract the amount of the potential energy from the water. The second one is the water reservoir, where the water reservoir is stored from behind the gate, behind the dam. The second one and the third is intake or control gate, where these are the gate construct on the dam interior. This gate is allow and control the outflow of the water from the reservoir. And the fourth and the next, the penstock. The penstock is the long pipe or shaft that transfer the water from the reservoir to the power production. For the power production unit, which is include the turbine and generator. Next, water turbine. When the water fall on the turbine blade in your rotor, the kinetic and potential energy of the water is the turn rotational motion of the turbine blade. The spinning blade force the turbine shaft to rotate as the well. So the last one is the generator. The generator is the produce the electricity. Next, how they work. The first one is changing the natural flow of the river or the other body of the water with a dam or deviation of the structure. The second is to generate the energy. Hyperpower rely on the water cycle never ending, continually recharging the system. And the third one is the produced by the kinetic of the moving water downstream. And the last one is the hydropower, convert kinetic energy into the electricity using the turbine and generator, which is then sent into the electrical grid to the power home, company and industry. Next, we will talk about the mechanical kinetic energy obtained from the moving water. For the first point is the flow of the flowing water determine the amount of the energy present, which is the water flow in the huge river will bring a lot of the energy, and water that fall fast from the higher place can contribute a lot of the energy, so that we call it as a potential energy. So the second point is similarly, when a water run through a pipeline, it push and rotate the turbine blade, which is the ultimate turn the generator to generate electricity, or we call it electrical energy. So the last is the current force in a flowing river system is caused by its existence, but in a water storage system, water is collected in a reservoir, building a dam, and then release the create energy. So from the gravity force to the potential energy to the kinetic energy and to the electrical energy. Next, so the next one is we will talk about the issue. The first point of the issue is the electricity generated in the rural area often on the power shortage and not efficient. This is because there were no reports from those in charge of the energy shortage. And the second point is non-renewable energy sources are depleting over the time. So, with the depleting of the depleting of the fossil fuel source such as oil, the commodity price will constantly increasing. So the second point is the use of the non-renewable energy resource to the generate energy contribute raising the pollution. This is because this renewable energy can prevent air pollution because it does not has produced effects such as carbon monoxide, nitrogen dioxide, and various toxic gas. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, I will present about conclusion. Hydropower is an essential element of the world electrical supply, delivering stable, cost-effective power that is likely to continue in the future. Hydropower has a far low negative environmental implication than fossil fuel power facilities. The future demand for hydroelectricity will be determined by future power consumption as well as how societies value the environmental conscious of other energy source. Finally, electricity has just a social influence and environmental friendly. As a result, hydroelectric power should be prioritized as a primary source of energy in Malaysia.
Finally, these are recommendations for building hydropower plant in the future. Number 1 is the effective turbine. Change the turbine structure to make it more efficient in minimize energy leakage. Second, new technology. Expand the operating range of the plant to increase the income from the plant. And finally, electricity market opportunities. Change the management of electricity markets to create more opportunities for hydropower. That's it from us. Thank you.